Hello and welcome back. So let's move on to question 1C, and this is a question on time signatures, which is and rests, but it's also kind of linked to question 2A, which is also about time signatures. So let's cover them quickly. So with time signatures, we have two numbers. We have one on the top, one on the bottom, and they tell us different things. The number on the bottom tells us what type of note we're using, and 4 on the bottom equals a crotchet, and 8 on the bottom tells us that it's a quaver. If we had another number on the bottom, say for example 2 on the bottom, then that would be a minim. If we had a 1, that would be a semi-breve. If we had a 16 underneath, that would be a semi-quaver. But those aren't that common, and the main ones that come up are 4 on the bottom and 8 on the bottom. So what does the number on the top mean? Well, that is the quantity. So if we had a note such as a time signature such as 4/4, what does that tell us? It tells us that the notes we're using are crotchets, and there's going to be 4 of them. If we have something like 3/4, the notes we're using are crotchets, because we know that 4 is crotchet, and there's going to be 3 of them. So for time signatures, all you need to remember is that 4 is a crotchet and 8 is a quaver, and remember that the top number is how many you have. Same thing for, let's pick a more complex one. Let's have over here, we have 9/8. So we know that 8 is a quaver, so we have 9 quavers. And this is going to be really useful because it's how we work out how many, rests we need to fill in. So let's have a look. So our rest types, before we go on actually, we have a crotchet rest, which looks a bit like this. We have a quaver rest, which looks a bit like this. And then we also have our semi-quavers. Double. And of course we can add a dot in front of them or behind them, which means that they are 1.5 times their length. So that is now a crotchet and a half, that's now a quaver and a half, that's a semi-quaver and a half. But we can fill out this question just using them. So let's have a look. So we have 4/4. That means we're going to have 4 crotchets. So we have 1 here, 1, 2, 3. We have half of 1 here. So we're missing half a crotchet here, which is a quaver. So we're just going to add in a quaver rest, like so. And that's all this question is asking for you, is just to fill in the gap. So let's have a look at this one here. It's in 3/4. That means we have 3 crotchets. So here we have 1 and 2. And then nothing. So we need a whole crotchet's worth of rest here. So we'll have 1, There we go, just a crotchet rest. Let's have a look at this one. 2/4, what does that tell us? Well, we know that 4 on the bottom means crotchet, and then we're going to have 2 of them. So 1, and then we have, oh, well, this one is kind of, it's just leaving an ever so short, it's ever so short of 2. This is kind of bringing us up to about 1.75. We're not quite at the full amount, so let's fill in the gap. That is going to be a, oh no, I'm writing in the wrong thing. Do I have an eraser? So I was just about to write in a note length when what we are after are the rests. We're filling in the rests. So I need to add in a semi-quaver, rest. Lovely. So let's have a look at the next one. So don't be tripped up by that. That could have been a horrible mistake where I didn't add a rest, I added in a note. We're not after the notes, we are after the rests. So let's have a look at this one. Oh, we've got a different number on the bottom. We've got 8, and we know that means we are working in quavers. So this is 6 quavers. So let's have a count. We have 1, 2, 3, and then we're missing 3. So let's just add in one of these, but as a rest. So that would be a quaver, a crotchet with a dot after it, which is the equivalent of 1.5 crotchets, or you could think of it as 3 quavers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lovely. Let's have a go with this one. So we've got a bit of a more interesting time signature here. This doesn't pop up that much. We got 5, 4. So that means we can have 5 crotchets. So we go 1, 2, 3. We have our 4th one here, meaning all we're missing is a crotchet on the end. So fill in the gap. Lovely. And then let's have a look at this final one. 9, 8. So we're going to have 9 quavers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are missing, so we need a crotchet's worth of rests. So 2, 2, 2. And there we go. And that is what the rests are needed for these questions. So what we need to know are our note lengths. So you need to know how long what a crotchet means in terms of length, what a minim means, what a dotted quaver means. We need to be able to read these time signatures, knowing that the top number is the quantity and the bottom number is the type. And then we need to know our rest lengths, and then we can count out, 1, 2, 3, 3.5, and then fill out the rest here. So with that in mind, I think that's enough for this question. So just remember, we need to know our time signatures, we need to know our note lengths and our rest lengths. And then it's just a case of working out what rest we need to add in. And of course, don't make a silly mistake and add in the note length rather than the rest length. It's a question about rests. I'll see you in the next question.